Chances are, if you're on our channel, you play a lot of video games. If you don't, why? Why are you here? Whether you play for an hour a day to a few, or marathon games all day, every day as a professional streamer, you're likely to have heard of all the controversy surrounding gaming addiction. But not all stories are just cases of people having fun with their hobby in their spare time. Some really are addicted, and it gets in the way of their real lives. Hey guys, ArcadeCloud here, and today we're counting down our top 5 video game addicts caught on video. If you're new to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, you know? Make sure to comment down below and let us know what we missed on this list, and let us know if you know of any game addicts that are this hooked. And hey, if you enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with some friends. That's also free. At number 5 today, we've got a 20-year-old man, at the time of recording, appearing on CBC News for his problem with playing what his dad describes as too many video games. On account of his son being 20, you would think that he would be free to do whatever he wanted with his time, but I guess his dad still has some level of authority over him. He apparently has been locking up his son's computer so he can't play video games, but his son just goes to local internet cafes or libraries to get his gaming fix. He describes it as playing 3 to 4 hours a day, which really isn't all that much. I've played much longer than that at times, especially when I was still of school age in the summertime. I mean, is 3 to 4 hours really that bad? I wouldn't necessarily say he's addicted, because as he explains, he's a bit of a social outcast and finds solace in playing games with his friends in safe environments like internet cafes. They're free from bullies and are places that most people can get along in. Everybody has a common interest there, and nobody's going to pick on anybody. Unless it's about skill, I guess. He's going to high school, he's on track for going to college, and I'm not sure how all of his gaming is really a bad thing. Like he says, if he were outside playing sports for 3 to 4 hours a day, people would say it's a good thing, but if it's on a screen instead, it's a problem. I don't entirely understand this narrative that video games are inherently bad. I just think that most of these cases of actual addiction stem from other pre-existing mental health issues that go unnoticed or untreated until they find comfort in escaping into a virtual world. But I don't think Andrew McDonald has this issue. He might talk fast as if he's got something to hide, but he's certainly not completely and totally addicted beyond repair. If anything, it's just starting to become a strong social habit.
Rick McDonald believes his 20-year-old son is addicted to gaming. McDonald is seeking counseling.
I think he thinks I'm addicted. I think I'm just having fun with friends. If I was to go out and play sports for 3 or 4 hours, everyone would be like, well, that's a great idea. But the second I sit down in front of a computer, everyone's like, whoa, hang on, man, we got a problem here.
If they need to play and they're not allowed to be at home, they will access other computers.
He aims to attend university next year and doesn't think he needs to stop gaming for hours on end to do it.
Starting to ramp up on the serious meter here at number 4, we've got a father of 4 who can't stop playing video games when he's not at work. Having a spot on ABC's Nightline is never really a good sign, as he plays video games for 18 hours on end, and often. He neglects his wife and kids and spends most of his spare time playing games like Battlefield and Dirt Rally. So they get a house call from a therapist to talk to the father, whose name is Chris, and convince him that he has a problem. After talking it out, Chris slowly realizes that he sounds more and more like a scared addict who doesn't want to admit he has a problem. But after thinking about how he had missed so many family moments with the other 5 members of the household, he agrees to take a break from video games for 3 months. During this 90-day period, he created video updates along the way about how he was dealing with the urge to play more, and it's pretty cool to see that he managed to get his life back on track. I hope he's happy whether he's still playing them in moderation or not at all. I'm just glad he had a moment of clarity and turned his behavior around.
On any given evening, he is down in the basement, taken prisoner by a pastime.
You're done.
Maria says Chris is often a no-show for much of their life. Chris says he's considering cutting back.
Are you willing to take this opportunity?
Yeah, I'll step up.
He documents his struggle to stay out of the game, day by day. Slowly, it gets easier. Chris is out of the basement and killing it in the kitchen.
Thanks so much. Yay.
At number 3, we've got a 16-year-old boy, Cameron. He plays a lot of World of Warcraft. Like, a lot. 16 hours a day according to his parents. But according to him, 12 hours was his maximum he had ever played at once. It's not just that he's playing the game a lot, he's actually dropped out of school and he's starting to rage, throwing keyboards and punching walls. a bit uncalled for, but I'm sure we've all had rage moments from time to time playing video games before. Maybe not wall-punchingly violent, but at least controller throwing. I think the funniest part about this news story is how false it looks. It seriously looks like an Adult Swim sketch. He picks up his headset and holds the mic up to his face to say something in TeamSpeak, and then puts it down on the desk again. Why doesn't he just have it on his head? And he's obviously acting when he says what he's saying into the mic for the camera. He's either trolling the news station, or he's just a wickedly quirky gamer. His mom forces up some crocodile tears, and there's a lot of big scary fear-mongering. I'm sure this boy had an actual issue with the game and was spending too much time playing it and taking his anger out in destructive ways, but I'm not sure it had to be painted as this big evil thing. It's pretty funny if you watch it from the perspective of somebody who's played a lot of online games before. I'm seriously shocked it's not sketch comedy making fun of video game fear-mongering on the news.
It's a world of fantasy and fun. But for 16-year-old Cameron Sandler, this is more than a game.
I am addicted to the game, but I'm not fully addicted. Like, I can quit whenever I want. This really kicks it, doesn't it?
It all started 18 months ago, when Cameron discovered World of Warcraft.
Oh, now I'm going to kill you all. The longest I've ever played it for was 12 hours, and that was just because the guild wanted me on for that long.
We get keyboards thrown around the room, or holes punched in the wall, or it'll go outside and smash bottles.
This next one is more serious, and this list isn't going to end very lightheartedly, unfortunately. At number 2, we have a clip from Dr. Phil about a man named Justin, whose addiction to video games cost him his job, his social life, and now his health. He's playing video games so often that he forgets to eat, rarely sleeps, and he says that he prefers digital worlds to the real one. He seems depressed, he smokes, and he's lost a lot of weight. Usually the gamer addict stereotype comes with the assumption that they're overweight as well, but for Justin, it's entirely different. He used to weigh 160 pounds, which is already pretty underweight for a man of his age, but he's lost 50 since then, and now weighs in at only 110 pounds. So this man's addiction is slowly killing him, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything about it. I mean, if you are actually addicted, there's not much you can do other than seek help from professionals. I guess Dr. Phil doesn't technically count as a professional therapist, but at least talking through it on TV with his family helped him to realize the gravity of the situation. I can only hope that he's doing better for himself now.
Justin told me last year that he prefers the virtual world over the real world.
Do you want to get some help? Figure out if there's a way out of it?
No, I just kind of want to go live in a whole another world.
Justin admitted that he was passively killing himself. And I said, do you think about suicide? And he said, well, I'm passively killing myself, so it's going to happen sooner or later.
Justin's addiction to gaming could very well be killing him. It's affected his physical health because he simply is not taking care of himself and not eating.
And finally, at number 1 on our list, we have a really scary entry. Internet cafes are especially popular in Asian countries, and especially South Korea. A young couple went to go play games at an internet cafe together, but they left their baby at home without food or any care for a fairly long time. Sadly, these careless parents had the misfortune of coming home to a tragedy. The baby had died due to malnourishment. Obviously, there's no actual video footage of the situation, and we wouldn't show it anyway because that's disgusting, but we do have a news story about the sudden boom of internet cafes in South Korea. The couple actually inspired a full-on documentary from HBO called Love Child. This truly is the darkest side to gaming addiction, becoming so addicted that you neglect everything else in your life, even your children. This is one of the saddest gaming-related stories I've ever heard, and I hope that people like this couple seek out help for their addictions before tragedies and accidents like this start happening more often. It's sickening, but true. It actually did happen. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Keep gaming a fun hobby, not a life-threatening crutch activity. If you're playing video games to escape your boring or difficult life, maybe seek some therapy before something like this happens to you.
In South Korea, it's game on 24/7 at popular internet cafes. But there's a dark side to South Korea's gaming culture. Video game addiction is widely regarded as a major social problem. In perhaps the most extreme example, a couple was convicted last year of letting their baby starve to death while they spent countless hours playing an online game.
There you have it, guys, our top 5 video game addicts that were caught on video. Do you agree? Did we miss something? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more great videos from ArcadeCloud every other day. Take care and game on. But seriously, take care of yourselves first.